All right, guys, so in language arts today, we're going to be talking about when you talk about yourself and another person, the polite way to word it. So if I were saying that I went to get coffee, but Miss Ellis was with me, it's always polite to let the other person go first. Just like in real life, it's polite to hold a door for somebody and let them go. If you're doing a favor for somebody, you might let them go down the slide first. So when you are talking or writing, using sentences, you always want to put another person before yourself. So if I went to get coffee with Miss Ellis, I would put Miss Ellis first. I'm going to say, Miss Ellis and I'm squishing it in. Miss Ellis and I went to get coffee. Now, sometimes it's hard to decide, should I use the word I or should I use the word me? And it's always helpful to think of the sentence without that other person in it. So if I covered up Miss Ellis and I just said, I went to get coffee, well, does that sentence make sense? Yes, I went to get coffee. But if I were to say, me went to get coffee, that's not right. That doesn't sound right. So I wouldn't say Miss Ellis and me went to get coffee. I would say Miss Ellis and I went to get coffee. So now let's look at the next one. It says, give your packets to, and it's supposed to be myself and Mrs. Wilcox. So who should I put first? Should I put myself first or should I put Mrs. Wilcox first? I hope you said Mrs. Wilcox. So give your packets to Mrs. Wilcox. And now I need to decide, should I use me or should I use I? So let's take Mrs. Wilcox out of this for just a second. Give your packets to me or give your packets to I. Which one makes more sense? Which one would we actually say? We would say, give your packets to me. So in this sentence, I'm not going to use I, I'm going to use me. So give your packets to Mrs. Wilcox and me. And now we're going to do the last one together. This is supposed to be myself and Mrs. McCann have recess duty today. So who should go first? Should I put myself first or should I put Mrs. McCann first? It's polite for me to put Mrs. McCann first. So Mrs. McCann. Now we need to decide, should I use the word me or should I use the word I? Let's have a look. Me have recess duty today or I have recess duty today? Which one makes more sense? I have recess duty today. If I were saying the sentence without Mrs. McCann, I would say I have recess duty today. So I'm going to use the word I. All right, so you guys have some practice pages in your reader's notebooks today. You're going to turn to page 97. And underneath the sentence, they have a blank, and you have to decide which of these fits in that spot. So it says, blank, see the goat. Would it be Jean and me or Jean and I? So let's take Jean out of it for a second. Me see the goat or I see the goat? I would say I see the goat. So the answer that we're going to choose is Jean and I. So you can go ahead and circle that one. You're going to do the same thing for the rest of them. Down at the bottom, you have the word Anne and I. So you're going to put them in the proper order. Think about what's most polite. Would you put yourself first or would you put Anne first? So that's page 97. And the second page that you'll work on is 103. So every single one of these sentences is wrong. Womp, womp, womp. You have to correct them. So first of all, make sure the sentence is polite. Make sure it doesn't say me or I first. It should always have the other person's name first. Then decide if it should say me or if it should say I, using the trick that I taught you. Okay, so you will rewrite the sentence underneath, but writing it the right way. Because there is a lot of writing with this one today, this is also going to count as your writing assignment. Okay, so we're not gonna have regular writing today. Woohoo! All right, so you'll do page 97 and 103. I'm gonna write it up on the board, just like I always do. And that way, you won't forget. So let's write. Number 1, page 97. Number 2 is page 103. Okay, so you can go ahead and get started. Remember to be polite, and remember to figure out me or I. Take the other person out of it for a second and see which one makes more sense. All right, I know you guys can do it.